Hello. The question that we choose is what is the impact of the COVID 19 pandemic on global cardiovascular diagnostic procedure volumes and safety practices? The next step is the study is observational comparing cardiovascular diagnostic data from March to April 2020. It means during COVID 19 to March 2019. Researchers analyzed changes in procedure volumes and safety practices. The study surveyed 909 cardiac diagnostic centers worldwide in March to April 2020 compared to March 2019. Possible biases included sampling, response, accessibility, language, and reporting biases. The study included 909 cardiac diagnostic centers worldwide, providing a meaningful analysis of COVID-19's impact on cardiovascular procedures. However, variation and biases must be considered when interpreting the result. This study is most likely a retrospective observational study. Researchers collected data from existing cardiac diagnostic centers worldwide without intervening. They analyzed past data, the March and April 2020, and compared it to previous data, March 2019, to assess changes due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
This research is conducted by the International Atomic Energy Agency. They conducted a worldwide survey assessing the alterations in cardiovascular procedure, volumes, and safety practice resulting from COVID-19. Data was obtained from the participating sites from March and April 2020 and compared with those from March 2019, just the beginning of the COVID-19. Data was aggregated on a countrywide and region-specific level, totally 108 countries. That was amazing. Initially, they sent 2,596 survey links to all the centers. Eventually, they received 846 successful surveys. All data are from those worldwide surveys. Let's look at the first table. First of all, the reduction in different countries and regions comparing those two periods from 2019 to 2020. We can clearly figure out all countries and regions showed a significant reduction in the comparison. For example, in Africa, no matter the USA or the West Europe or everywhere, from 24% to 82%. Second, let's look at this photo. The reduction from different cardio procedure types from those 2 years. Unfortunately, all those kind of different procedure, they all meet the reduction by different rate. Some is 20s, some 30s, but totally from 38 to 78%. The last, the author showed us one important test. The reduction of the stress imaging studied as a vivid example. No doubt, like all other kind of the procedures, they made the same trend. The volume of all different kind of the stress test decreased significantly from 34% to 84%. To sum up, COVID-19 was associated with a repeat reduction in the cardiovascular diagnostic procedure volumes all across the world. Procedure volume decreased from 42% from March 2019 to March 2020 and 64% from March 2019 to April 2020. Thank you. Let me pass this to my next team member, Richard. He's gonna give us the overall summary of the research.
To see if the test is statistically significant, the first order of business is to try and see if its p-value is greater than or less than the alpha value. So the alpha value is a predetermined number, usually set around 0.05 or 5%. And the idea is to see whether or not the p-value is greater than or less than. In our case, for our little project, the p-value was found out to be less than 0.001. making it less than our alpha value. Because of this, we can consider that the results of the project are statistically significant. So if we look further into the data, we can see that there is a significant drop-off in the amount of cardiac diagnostic tests that were done, around a drop of 64%. If we look further into the data, we can see that this drop is also affected by the financial and social status of the patients in question. It's shown that the patients within the lower or lower middle class were affected at a disproportionate rate when compared to their peers in the upper middle and upper class. Similarly, we can look into the data and see that the researchers also went to great lengths to see other factors that could have contributed to the drop. Looking at the charts that we have on pages 10 and 11, we can see that they also went and looked at the specific facilities in the participating hospitals and clinics that were directly affected. This, however, proves an issue, right? Because all of our data was collected through a survey and volunteer data. This means we also have to take into account the fact that there might have been non-participants or non-answers which could have skewed our data. So this problem is further built upon because the study was done during the early portions of COVID, around March of 2019 to April of 2020. It's because of this limitation that we can't properly infer that this trend either increased or decreased after the time frame of the test, since we don't have enough data. However, it is still impressive the lengths at which the researchers went to remove all types of anomalies or inconsistencies within their data. They even took into account the cancellations that occurred within the participating hospitals, as well as the changes in worker hours and time frames in order to make sure that there were no existing outliers, which from an academic perspective is truly impressive.